All right, welcome to Jonesycast. I'm Jonesy. This is the cast. Basically, what I do is read Reddit and do video replies, relationship advice, dating advice, etc. Please like and subscribe if you find this content useful and want to. If you don't, that's cool. Now, let's have a look. Posted by user senior situation 975 1 minute ago. My 21 female friends with benefits 24 male doesn't want a relationship, but I secretly love him and it's starting to affect my self-esteem. Okay. So you've got to hear a couple of things. We met June and almost immediately you felt drawn to him. All right, keep in mind that's natural. It just means you've got really good chemistry, and you will have good chemistry with other men. Okay. There are other elements out there with whom you will chemist well, if that makes sense. So we started having sex regularly without putting a label on it. Ooh, that's not good. And it's only not good because now you find yourself in a situation where you didn't want that. Look, what you're going through is very common and especially common for young women. The problem you have is that you were born, looks like this century. So that's well after the birth control pill. It's well after the sexual revolution. And one of the problems is that women get the short end of the stick because it's very convenient for men to have friends with benefits with whom they do not have to commit. Okay. But young women kind of get the short end of the stick because they do better. In general, there are exceptions. They do better when they have long-lasting commitment and security, okay? I started to catch feelings for him early on, and he abruptly told me he didn't want a relationship and wanted to keep things casual. I would told him I was okay. That was okay with me, but secretly I was devastated. That was, Jesus, back in August. Okay. You shouldn't have done that. You should not have done that. Now, I don't blame you, and the reason I don't blame you is because you're 21 and you don't know that much. But here's the deal. You know more than he does because he thinks he can still get away with it. Okay. And for a time he will, and then he'll find out that he wants exactly the same thing you do, maybe just not with you. So the problem is that you have lied to him and you've lied to yourself. And what you're feeling now is a consequence of that. Now, I know why you did. You did because he was there. He was familiar, he was convenient, and you couldn't see any other options that were better or equivalent than him, okay? Now, all of those put the weight fairly on the side of, let's just fucking lie and I'll deal with the consequences later, all right? You took out a loan on this guy, and now you're paying the interest, okay? So we keep seeing each other often, but then he started ignoring my messages and we would see each other maybe a month or less, once a month or less. Maybe it was the holidays and we were with our families. I still don't know what happened and why he pushed me away. I'll tell you what happened. He told you the truth and you either didn't believe it or didn't want to believe it. And then it happened and now you're asking questions about it. Essentially what you've done, because in the next paragraph you say flash forward to January and suddenly he wants to spend more time with me. Now we see each other once or twice a week. He tells me he misses me and asks me to come over. It honestly confused me because I don't know what changed. Here's what changed. His emotions, right? Essentially this guy's got you on a string. He can do what he wants. He can do what he wants and you have allowed this to happen. But again, it's okay. Okay. I don't blame you. I have been in your situation. And I've been in his situation. Okay. So, and now I feel like it's too late to ask. We have gotten comfortable just being us, I guess. It is too late to ask, but it was always too late to ask. This boy was never going to give you what you wanted. Okay. He was never going to give you what you wanted because he didn't want it. And he told you that. Right. He's always taken me out on dates and always insists on paying for everything, which I think is kind of annoying. We also spend a lot of time at his place and I've stayed over many times. Okay. One of the reasons I don't blame you is because he is sending mixed messages and he's mind fucking you. But it's probably the case that you've never been mind fucked before. Okay. If and or when you get out of this and you have another interaction like the early stages of this relationship, you will know exactly what it is and you will be ready for it. And you will understand that he doesn't want you for the full woman you are, with your hopes and your dreams and your fears and your issues and your drawbacks and your faults, right? He wants what he wants. He wants parts of you, but he's not willing to commit to all of you. Okay. And and look, I've done that in the past and it wasn't enough for me and it wasn't enough for her. Any of them, any of the girls that I've been with in this situation. But the problem is that we were both foolish enough to, we had to learn through experience. We couldn't learn from someone else's experience, right? I just don't know where we stand. I know I want to be with him, but I'm scared to ruin this thing we've created. I don't want to force him into a relationship if he doesn't want to be in one, but I do love him and I still want to be with him. I just don't know why he doesn't want to be in a relationship with me. Look, I imagine that he doesn't want to be in a relationship with anyone. Maybe he has fears of his own ability. Look, one of the reasons I didn't want to get in a relationship, I was like this kid at 24, exactly like him. And one of the reasons was because I didn't want to disappoint anyone. I didn't want to make promises I can't keep, and I still don't, right? So now I only make very careful promises to my girlfriend about what I can keep, okay? But I didn't want to disappoint anyone. Like commitment, the idea of such a long commitment was so scary to me, right? Then I go through dozens of women and relationships, and I find that it's the only option I have left, because I knew many women widely, but I didn't know enough women deeply. And now I know one woman deeply, and she's amazing, and I fucking adore her, right? Even though she's currently annoyed at me because she has to stay out of the bedroom because I'm doing these videos. So I don't know why he doesn't want to be in a relationship with me. There is one of the main cruxes of the issue. The issue is not that he doesn't want to be. The issue is that you don't know why, and you think it's to do with you. You think that you're not good enough. That's not true. You are good enough, just not for him. And that's okay. I'm not good enough for many, many, many women. And I know that. And they know that because they've told me. I mean, I've had some women really lay down my faults and flaws and misgivings, right? And that's how I learned, right? It's not that you're not good enough for him. It's that you're not correct for him. And that's fine, right? And he's told you that. I don't even know if he really knows what he's doing or really knows what he wants. And at least he's not leading you on and promising you things that he can't give. I'll give him that, right? I'll give him that. That it takes a man to be honest. And at least he's being honest with you in that respect. But the problem is that he doesn't know how you feel, I imagine. We're not dating anyone else. He was seeing someone else in early one, like in July, but he said that ended a long time ago. Did it? Are you sure? I don't know. I think from the behavior I've seen exhibits the idea that he does what he wants. He'll drop you when he wants. He'll pick you back up when he wants. Whatever's convenient for him. And he's sending you mixed messages because he's taking you out on dates and always insists on paying. That's a form of control. And again, this is not to demonize him, and it's not to say that he is a bad guy, but I used to do the same thing. And one of the reasons I did was so I could justify within myself that because I've paid for everything, you didn't pay, you didn't lose anything, right? So I take you on a date and I pay. That means it's only benefit for you. But the problem that I didn't encounter, that I didn't understand, was that I was doing that for that reason. I was doing it to kind of unguilt myself, unburden myself for the fact that I wasn't willing to commit to this woman, but I was acting like I was her boyfriend. So how do I move forward with the situation? I'm honestly tired of crying over him because he doesn't want to be with me. He says he misses me all the time, and he has told me he loves me before. Well, if he's told you he loves you before, he doesn't, and you should not accept that, because love is a verb, not a feeling. It's one thing to feel connection and chemistry with someone, but it's another thing to actively love them. I love you. I do things that would indicate that I value you and love you, right? That's what I love you means. He says he misses me all the time and he has told me that he loves me before, but we're still not together, so it makes me think he's lying. He is, but to himself as well. He's lying to himself in the sense that he thinks he can get away with this. But I would also say that he is probably being honest to a degree. Like, he thinks he loves you because he doesn't understand what love is, and that may be even more scarier, right? Sometimes I want to let him go, but can't bring myself to. That's what you need to fix. That's what you need to fix, because you don't believe in yourself that you will be okay without him. You don't know what without him looks like. But just remember this, you were without him and you were okay. And you're probably going to be without him and you'll be okay, right? I just tell myself I'm okay with just having him sometimes, that it's okay that he's not mine, but I know I'm lying. Good. Very, very good. I'm proud of you that you know that and understand it and have finally admitted it to yourself after all this. I'm just tired of this situation. Should I let him go? Yes. On your terms. Whenever you want. Get whatever you want out of him and then let him go. Because he's doing the same to you. I'm constantly second guessing my every move around him because I think he will just leave me if I do something wrong. That's what's called tyranny. That's what's called a dictatorship, right? Or if you find someone else and just ghost me because we're not in a relationship. Yeah. So, I mean, look, your head's pretty well screwed on. You kind of know what you're talking about, right? I think that you just need the strength or the justification or the real grit and the power to go over the line, right? Here's what I would do, either right now or after this finishes. It's got a bug in my screen. Write down what you want in a relationship. Write down what you don't want in a relationship, and then compare him to that, and then compare the next guy to that. Okay. Look, I hope this video has helped, and I really wish you the best. I think you have the answer. I think that this boy is not being entirely honest with you. You're not getting all of him, and you deserve all of whoever you choose to be with. Okay, all of them, all that they are willing to give. The honesty, the risk. This guy's not risking anything with you. Okay, so he needs to. A real relationship involves risk, business, or love. Okay, so I think that you know what you should be doing. I hope this helps. Catch you later.